synthetic bacteria could be used to cure disease. Researchers have reached an important milestone in synthetic biology by carrying out successful trials of a treatment for those who suffer from phenylketonuria. People who suffer from phenylketonuria, or PKU, must avoid dietary protein in foods like meat and cheese because their bodies cannot break down the amino acid phenylalanine, or PHE. According to the New York Times, researchers at Synlogic have now carried out successful human trials using a genetically engineered probiotic in order to help treat people with PKU. The treatment is called SynB1618 and is a modified version of the probiotic Escherichia coli Nissl. Researchers say treatment with SynB1618 is a two-step process. The first step is to get patients' blood PHE under control. The second step is to relax the diet and slowly add natural protein into their diet. Scientists will now move forward with the clinical trials on people with PKU. Initial results should be available next year. Don't run off now. Scientists make glow-in-the-dark plant. Can you imagine using a plant for a bedlight? Scientists at MIT have developed a plant that can glow in the dark. They say it can be used for late-night reading. To light up the plants, they used an enzyme in fireflies known as luciferase. This provides the insect with their glow. The scientists say their work could possibly be applied to street lamps. So, would you use a plant as a replacement for your light? Sewage plants leaking plastic beads into British seas. Here's some good news for a change. Looks like we've discovered a new source of ocean plastic pollution. According to a new report, sewage plants could be leaking millions of tiny plastic beads used for wastewater treatment into British seas. 55 treatment facilities across the UK use the 3.5mm wide bio-bead plastic pellets to filter chemical and organic contaminants out of sewage. Bio-beads are used in the last step before treated effluent water is discharged back into rivers or the sea. Currently, no mechanism is in place to stop the beads in the event of a spill. Plastic microbeads kill marine life by blocking the digestive tract, but also as a result of exposure to chemical pollutants like DDT and PCBs that attach to the plastic beads in seawater.
Even in space, you have to eat your greens. NASA hopes its astronauts will be able to keep up their veggie intake on future missions to the Moon or Mars, thanks to a greenhouse project it's working on with the University of Arizona. The prototype lunar greenhouse is cylindrical, measuring 18 feet in length and more than 8 feet in diameter. The garden uses a hydroponic system, in which water enriched with nutrient salts flows continuously through the roots of the plants. Carbon dioxide exhaled by astronauts can be absorbed by the plants. In return, the plants produce oxygen for the astronauts through photosynthesis. The exchange forms a bioregenerative life support system. NASA's Veggie Plant Growth System was the first fresh food growth experiment on the International Space Station. The space agency hopes to provide a more sustainable approach to long-term exploration on the Moon, Mars, and beyond.
Largest ever reforestation planned in the Amazon. A project in the Amazon rainforest is aimed at using a new technique to plant trees in the largest ever tropical reforestation. Conservation International plans to restore 70,000 acres of land cleared for grazing with 73 million trees in the Brazilian Amazon. The trees will be planted in the arc of deforestation that stretches across the Brazilian states of Amazonas, Acre, Pará, and Rondônia, as well as the Xingu watershed. The planting method is called muvuca, which is Portuguese for a small place with many people. It involves spreading hundreds of native tree seeds of various species over deforested land. Plant-by-plant reforestation techniques usually have a density of 160 plants per hectare, while with muvuca, density is 2,500 species per hectare. Scientists believe after 10 years, it could reach 5,000 trees per hectare. Hopefully, these new trees and America's willingness to practice sustainability can help slow down global warming. Yeah, right. We're screwed. A power plant that takes away carbon emissions. Say hello to the world's first negative emissions power plant. The geothermal plant in Iceland, in cooperation with Climeworks, will remove an estimated 50 metric tons of carbon dioxide from the air each year. The process works by pulling carbon dioxide from the ambient air using a special filter. The heat from the power plant warms up the filter, which extracts pure carbon dioxide. The gas is then combined with water and pumped 700 meters underground. When the carbon dioxide reaches basaltic rock, it forms minerals. The project is still in the pilot phase, but researchers at Climeworks believe negative emissions plants could be set up around the world. One major obstacle in place is the price. Climeworks estimates it runs around $600 to extract 1 ton of carbon dioxide from the air. However, if economies of scale can be utilized and more plants open up, that price would drop significantly.
Drones sow the seeds for a greener future. Scientists in India plan to turn a difficult-to-reach area near Bangalore into a lush green forest by dropping seeds from drones into the soil. The first drone seed bombing experiment took place on June 5th to mark World Environment Day. Researchers from the Indian Institute of Science in Bangalore will drop seed bombs on an arid hill range north of the city. They plan to cover 10,000 acres, an area equivalent to more than 5,500 soccer fields. Seeds from native species, such as tamarind, will be wrapped in balls of manure and soil before being dropped from the sky. Drones equipped with cameras will be used to geotag the area and monitor the progress of the project. Around a dozen native tree species have been chosen for the project, which scientists hope will help a forest flourish and encourage wildlife to return to the area. According to scientists, goats that graze on saplings, the dry climate and climate change are some of the biggest challenges to the project.